This week, chili and barbecue choose the last two players for the final table.
This is like the playoffs in chili. You got your game book, you got your face on, you're ready to go, and you start your playoffs.
You should have three major components. You should have good fuel, you should have good seasoning, and great meat.
Everything goes crazy around 11:15.
In the world of culinary competitions, there is one event that is taking food and making it a sport. This ultimate food fight brings together professional chefs, home cooks, foodies from all over the world, competing against each other, themselves, and the clock. These culinary athletes must be at the top of their game if they want the chance at the final table and $100,000. This is the World Food Championships. The World Open Chili Championship contestants have made their way to the arena in the second to the last event before the final table.
This is like the playoffs in chili. So you know it's a sport. So you get out here, you got your game book, you got your face on, you're ready to go, and you start your playoffs.
Ever since the last one was done and I didn't win, I've been thinking about this year.
I kind of got a little worried when you see some of these guys. It's like, holy, what are we in for?
Everybody wants the big prize, the 100 grand, including myself.
The first thing we got to do is get our meat going. Most of this time, we're going to be letting our meat and our chili simmer, you know, get all those spices and everything in. It's going to be more of a waiting game than it is anything.
During the allotted 3 hours, the contestants will have 3 dishes to cook. First, a traditional red chili, then a structure build, which is based around the theme of tailgating, and last, a People's Choice chili. This isn't scored within the championship event, but still is an awarded dish and gets the accompanying bragging rights.
You know, when you're playing a sport like this, you got to have your game book. And once that game book gets revealed to the team that you're opposing, they got an advantage over you.
I have minute by minute every step I'm going to do and my stew duties. So we're pretty prepared.
With the level of talent here and 10 grand on the line, you have to step up your game to get in the end zone.
Got some liquid smoke and some apple juice going in here. We got a smoker there in the barbecue. So we're smoking some short ribs and it'll go in the pressure cooker after a while.
Money right there.
Steaks are like unbelievable cuts. The base is a mixture of crushed tomatoes and tomato paste.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! We're from Canada. We like to drink beer and cook chili. That's it. That's it. It's nice and simple. That's it.
I go to 20-30 contests a year. Besides this one,
2-time current world chili champion Ray Bogart is the man to beat. He's looking for a 3rd win, but even he knows it's not that easy.
this is probably the first one I've been in where you got chili cooks against chefs. A lot of competition.
The competition is heating up as the cooks begin the final push to turn in their 2 dishes.
Chili's phenomenal. We just got to get this presentation down and I think we'll be all right. Cooking's the easy part.
We just got corn on the platter.
Totally winging it.
It's all good, the heat's good, meat's nice and tender. It's ready for prime time.
The classic red is on its way to the judges, and the tailgate is up next.
We're making a tailgate burrito.
We're doing a Tex-Mex chili split sundae.
You're down in the final end of the game. You got to put that big pass in there. We're going in for a touchdown.
We're in the red zone. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
The Open Chili competition is closed. Now it's the people's turn to judge. Even though it's not part of the main competition, it's still a title that the contestants deem worthy of putting forth their best efforts. The World Food Championships is presented by Hormel. It's time to see if the long cook will pay off for the contestants of the chili division.
We had this afternoon the People's Choice Chili Competition.
In the eyes of the masses, Ray Bogart wins the People's Choice Award, but it's the WFC judges that he needs to win over to secure a spot in the top 10 round, in hopes to retain his world champion title.
In fourth place, Cullen Case.
As the top 10 are being positioned, Ray is waiting in the wings, with the scores being averaged between the two dishes. He is hoping for a big number on dish 2.
It depends on what happens with the tailgate. If I do good on tailgate, it's going to bring me up to top 10.
We have seen a lot of jumping around.
Yes, we have.
People moving up the ranks. So, moving up the charts was not Ray Bogart. We are going to have a new World Open Chili Champion this year. The first position is being held currently by Diane Lentz.
I did People's Choice, $1,000, I still walk away a winner.
I've got to get ready for tomorrow. Try to get some rest tonight.
The top 10 round of the World Open Chili Division is going strong in the Kenmore Kitchen Arena. The cooks will, again, have 3 hours to work, but now they only have one freestyle dish to complete during that time.
We're just flying by the seat of our pants here. This is our second chili contest, and so when we made it into the top 10, we just kind of scrambled around looking for a recipe.
I wake up in the middle of the night with recipe ideas, and this recipe actually was one of my recipes, came from a dream, and it's been my dream now for 3 years to do it. So it's overwhelming to a good chance.
I'm doing like a little fried tortilla chip to go with avocado creme fraiche, and then we're gonna put a poached egg on there. So it's almost kind of like a breakfast chili almost. Got 5 different kinds of meats in there, so a lot of it should tie together real well.
Everyone has heard of the popular chili cook-off, and that's why chili is considered one of the granddaddies of food competition. The WFC is taking this popularity and spreading it to other categories. Along with the top 9 main competitions, there are several other food battles that take place during the World Food Championships. There is the Culinary Fight Club, the World Chef Challenge, and the High Stakes Challenge. The WFC is the ultimate food fight, and it owes its success in part to the likes of chili, barbecue, and other food competitions that have paved the way for food sport as it is today. Back in the arena, the chili cooks are on the home stretch and are right in the middle of plating their dishes. This isn't just a bowl and some crackers. With $10,000 on the line, they need to be a bit more creative.
Chili should be creative. That's what I've been trying to do for 3 years now.
Bring your chili pot over here, TQ. Fresh hatched chilies, slow roasted pork. Here we go.
Get rid of the slop on that side. Okay, gotcha.
Good.
One egg and we're good to go.
Make a hole. There you go.
We're in great shape. We're in great shape. Yeah, and I've been trying for 3 years to cook this recipe, so finally the world is getting it.
And I'm going to ask my chili contestants to start making their way around here to the stage.
The points are tallied. The $10,000 check is signed, and the wait is over as the top 10 take the stage.
I'm going to start off with 3rd place standings tonight. Up 1 spot. From Case of Ribs, Cullen Case. Let's Let's get into second place with an 87.55 from Bell Breezing Bordello Chili, Diane Lentz. Diane! All right, should we get into first place, walking away with $10,000? With a 91.95. Up 7 spots. Let's give it up for Badass Barbecue!
This is our second chili contest. We never expected to make it to the top 10, let alone win it. So here we are. 10,000 is about 13.5 Canadian.
Another win for Canada and a great top 10 finish for Wayne Shimko. Wayne joins the 7 others at the final table. Only one competition left to crown a champion.
Well, it's pretty late. We're just firing our pit right now. We're getting ready to put our big proteins on. We'll go with pork butts first. Then our briskets will go on about an hour later. And then about time sun rises is when we'll get our ribs on the smoker.
While the rest of the contestants of the WFC are sleeping soundly, the men and women of barbecue are starting the cooking process for 2 of the 4 dishes they need to turn in. 12 hours from now.
We have 4 Boston butts that'll go on. We've got 3 briskets, 6 slabs of ribs, 40 pieces of chicken. So we'll be up all night.
It's a good lifestyle. I love it. You know, I go to contests, I want to win, but I don't expect to win. So we went out there and didn't expect to win. We cooked well. You got to hit the right tables, the right judges. We cooked well and we hit the right tables. We're excited to be back here again. We're going to go back to back. We're going to go.
It's the morning of the last leg of the barbecue competition. The teams have been setting up, prepping, and cooking for close to 24 hours. This is the calm before the storm.
Everything goes crazy at around 11:15. Gets nutty, all the turn-ins come up 1 every 30 minutes, so it's a little bit of pandemonium.
I got it. Going in. 10-minute windows, and you got all this money on the line. Yeah, you can play around a little bit, but when it's time to work, you got to get it done.
You should have 3 major components. You should have a good fuel, you should have good seasoning, and great meat. Everything should kind of balance out all the way across the board.
807. Going once, going twice.
Out of the 4 dishes that the contestants have to turn in, chicken is first, followed by ribs, pork, and brisket, all 30 minutes apart. It's a delicate balancing act.
You know, they take the combined score for all 4 categories, and if you miss one of them, you're done. You're out of the running for the grand champion.
It's got to be perfect the first time, or close to absolutely perfect as possible. Everyone's going to stumble a little bit, but it's just who can make the least amount of mistakes.
We're getting the chicken ready, putting the skins back on. We scraped all the fat off the skins. When they go to take a bite of it, they'll be able to bite through straight to the bone and pull away and not pull the skin off.
To win the judges, this must be a game of perfection and uniformity. Out of the 4 required dishes, the most widely known cut of meat is the pork rib. Because of its popularity, there are so many different rubs, sauces, and cooking techniques.
We're wrapping the ribs right now, and what we're going to do is we're going to push them through the stall, and the stall happens at about 150 degrees. It's when the evaporation stops them from cooking, and by wrapping them, you can push them through their stall faster, and they still remain tender and juicy.
Hey, you want to see a world-class product? Come on over to the BBQ trailer.
You know what? You can really tell that Patrick is truly humble.
We all have fun with each other. We joke around with each other. We play with each other. If you didn't do that, it wouldn't be fun. And I mean, the thing is, what's the point in doing it if it's not fun? Come here, Hug. Hug, give me hugs. That's what I can say about barbecues. It's a big family.
Have friends that come join us. They all sample, they all try, and we see all the same teams. It's seeing people, friends that we haven't seen in a long time. It's a lot of fun. If I happen to win this, you're going to stay over and help me?
We'll see. In between checking the ribs or basting the chicken, there is always a little spare time for some conversation between old and new friends, or maybe a game of street hockey.
Game on!
The World Food Championships is presented by Hormel. The barbecue division of the World Food Championships is about to enter the last hour and a half of its competition. Entry turn-ins start at 12 noon with chicken, and then every half hour after that, it's ribs, pork, and finally brisket. Once it starts, it's non-stop until the last box is delivered.
It's time, baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judging for barbecue in the World Food Championships is serious business. In fact, it is sanctioned by the Kansas City Barbecue Society, which uses a double-blind random selection process that ensures no team or team markings are seen by the judges. Each of the 4 entries is scored by 6 certified judges using a 1 for inedible to 9, outstanding, across 3 important criteria: taste, tenderness, and appearance.
Yep, I think it was pretty good chicken today, so we'll see. It's all up to the judges now.
I'll start with this one here. Ribs are set in the sauce right now, so probably have them off in about 5 minutes. Keep our fingers crossed.
Are them pretty?
It's back-to-back hog heaven as the ribs get turned in. It's right to the pork entry.
We don't want the judges to eat any of the fat. We're taking the meat and just scraping all the fat off of it.
Good stuff.
So what you see here is the collar muscles off of the butts, sliced and ready to go. We've already taken our pull meat and our bark, and we've mixed it all together and got the right balance of sauce to au jus. We want to make sure that it retains a lot of heat, a lot of moisture. We put it in the box at the last minute, so could be $100,000. All right.
Only 1 entry left, brisket. This notoriously tough cut of beef is many pitmasters' nemesis.
You can see the smoke ring and the outer bark on these. Every slice thing goes into an au jus bath.
The tenderness of a sliced brisket should be just at the point where it's super tender and juicy, but still hold together enough as to not fall apart, and have a little pull when the judges take that bite.
Burn ends.
These little nuggets of barbecue gold used to be scraps and fatty chunks that were given away for free at barbecue joints. Now they are served at prominent restaurants and are a must for a winning brisket box.
Money. You gonna bring us the money? Yeah. All right.
All right. Well, all right, let's go.
All right, that's our cook. That's it.
Well, who's excited about barbecue?
It's finally the end to a very long day for the contestants of the barbecue division. Each category has its top 5 winners chosen. Chicken.
In first place, Good Buddies Barbecue.
Ribs.
With a perfect 180 score. Freeman Brothers Barbecue.
Pork.
Team Compart.
And brisket.
Brad with a shed barbecue.
Give it up, people. We got it.
Then, with everyone's scores in each category averaged out, the top 10 are positioned.
In 8th place.
It's anybody's game. But only the number 1 spot goes on to the final table with a check for $10,000. And a shot at 100 grand in cash.
The reserve grand champion with a score of 697.1428. Yes, it goes that deep. sauced barbecue. This is what I love about barbecue. It can be a true family sport. The barbecue champion going to the final table with a 699.42. The Smoking Hills. Come on up here, guys. She said, "Oh, smoke."
Hey, we've competed the last 3 years and always had a dream of being up there on the stage, getting the big check. We got another round to go, and we're going to give it our best and try to take home the $100,000. I think we've got a pretty good plan in place to go out and do it.
With the Smoking Hills taking the top spot in the barbecue division, all 9 places are set for the final table. Next time on the World Food Championships, 9 contestants have battled their way to a spot at the final table. Now it comes down to one dish, one chance, 100 grand in cash.
So to my competition, I didn't come to lose. I'm 3-0. I'm going for 4.